Hey everybody, welcome back to Pacific Wargaming. As usual, we're continuing with our Germany campaign in Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice. This is the video where we'll be invading the Soviet Union, and we'll go over the order of battle one more time, the initial plan of attack, what our goals are for 1942, and we'll be continuing the Battle of the Atlantic. That'll be an ongoing thing. We probably have about 15 to 20 days in game time to go before we kick off the invasion. Army Group South is finally in a condition to actually begin the campaign. It wasn't in summer of 1941. So with that, let's get going. Thanks for watching as always. The pace of these videos have been somewhat slow, but just as a forewarning, they're going to get even slower. When we attack the Soviet Union, there's so many different combats, both land, naval, and air, occurring kind of simultaneously that we have to go down to one speed in some cases. So I'm expecting that an hour-long video on YouTube will equal around a month of in-game time. So we're going to have many videos from 1942 through. Hopefully we'll have them defeated by 44, 45, but we'll just have to see. If it takes longer than that, it takes longer than that. So thanks for watching, and settle in for the long haul. Okay, our final SS division is almost done. Light armor designs. There's our infantry. Okay, hopefully they can start upgrading before too long. Let's check our subs really quick. Doing okay. We only lost one so far. Shipbuilding technologies seems to have gotten disabled, so we'll just kick that out. Alright, we're gonna kind of start moving things toward the frontier now. Let's hope the Russians don't notice. Nuclear research, also supply organization. This is really important for the Eastern Front. Let's see, isotope separation industry. Let's get that going. National. Okay, so we're good on supplies. It'd be nice to get this logistical warfare focused out soon. Air cooling system. Okay, this is going to help our fighters a lot. It makes them faster, and they have higher air attack as well. Also, it unlocks 2 more armament technologies: maneuverability and climb rate focus. I think climb rate focus is actually even more important because it gives us higher air defense. Okay, let's move those to the top. Okay, Army Group South is finishing its initial deployment. What ammo storage is good for tanks? Anti-personnel defenses is the same. Okay, there's our last SS division. Let's get that attached and sent to Romania. Okay, so that gives us 21st and 22nd Corps on the frontier here. We'll be sending them kind of more north Ukraine, and we'll be replacing the Black Sea coast, Crimea direction with these two infantry corps that we'll finish later. These will be done by the winter, which will be really helpful. I think I mentioned this in the previous video, these two Panzergrenadier divisions are a reserve. We'll probably have them in Western Europe and or Italy to start with. It looks like Italy's about to lose Libya completely. Rest in peace, Italian colonies. I guess East Africa's gone too, yeah, so Italy's done. They've also lost Sardinia. We'll see if we can take that back for them, but I don't know if we'll be able to do anything in Africa, really. We've run out of time. Looks like Tripoli might hold on for a little while. Rocket-propelled anti-tank weapons is really, really useful. You know, I'm actually going to change this up slightly. I think we need to focus a little bit more on the northern part of Ukraine. So I'm going to send these over further. And the Romanians can take the Black Sea coast. The AI is good enough to notice if an ally has enough coverage in a particular sector, and it'll shift its units. So if we take our units out of this area, the Romanians will shift their units that direction. 12 USB got caught. We're going to be taking losses, and that's just something we're going to have to accept. Hopefully they can get back. We'll do another sortie really quick. Okay, it's June 1st. This is the month of the invasion. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, 4th Panzergrenadier is not in position. I would like these frigates to come out. I guess we don't need them necessarily right away. We got the initial formation of a SS Panzer command structure. I don't know if we really need it, but it's going to spawn no matter what. And it kicks Hauser out of command of something that we already had him in, so we have to fix that really quick. We'll just give this to Gil. And we have to find, there it is, so we have to put Hauser back. So our infantry divisions will help with the river crossing, and then we'll push our SS divisions through the gaps that the infantry create. Alright, let's see. We're going to push up these two corps. Light infantry upgrade, Air Force needs to be paid. Hey, cool, we got a destroyer escort. Let's see if we can... There's a Japanese convoy raider out here. That's amazing. Looks like they're going to use our ports to rebase. Oh, we lost the U-boat group. Let's turn the clock off. Oh, great. High velocity gun advance. So that unlocks pretty much all the future armor technologies. Electro boat advance. We're going to be making these almost exclusively later in the war. What group did we lose? We're going to make some commitment to nuclear arms race. Looks like we lost the 4th group again. Actually, let's see. Let's actually put these guys on convoy rating. I'm just curious how well that works. I know these pocket battleships have pretty high convoy rating ability. Convoy attack 39, that's pretty high. Alright, let's go back toward the Eastern Front and just check things out. Alright, so both of our SS divisions are in position. Let's go over our plan of attack. So this isn't going to change that much. First Army is part of Army Group North. You can see that command structure. First Army is advancing up into Lithuania, Latvia, and eventually Estonia. First Panzer Army is going to head for broadly Leningrad through Pskov, this land bridge between Pskov and the river and these marshes to the east of Leningrad. Just as a reminder for the symbology, infantry advances are the solid lines and motorized and panzer are the dashed lines. Alright, Second Army is heading straight into Belarusia. Probably will start to move a little bit more north towards Veliki Luki later on. This is all dependent on, you know, how the Soviets react, of course. Let's see. Third Army is advancing straight into Belarusia, Homel, Smolensk. Fourth Army is advancing to the south of the Pripyat marshes here, and head straight toward Kiev through here. Fifth Army is taking central Ukraine, advancing also towards Kiev. There's a lot of land to cover there. We have 2 corps each in these bordering territories just to get them into position. First Mountain is going to initially just advance to this river line here and link up with 5th Panzer Corps to create an encirclement. Eventually it'll take sort of southern central Ukraine. 6th Army is advancing also into southern central Ukraine toward Dnipropetrovsk, eventually towards Stalino and Stalingrad after that. These SS divisions are kind of shock troops in this area. They'll be helping with creating encirclements, potentially cooperating in conjunction with 5th Panzer Corps to do some larger encirclements. Greater Germany Infantry Division, Großdeutschland, is in position. They're a decision-created division, so they need a lot of upgrades before they'll be fully combat effective. And then we have 2 more infantry corps in production, and they'll be taking Crimea and the Caucasus, along with 1st Mountain eventually. For the western side, we have 120,000 men. It's almost entirely port garrison divisions and security divisions behind the line. We have 2 motorized divisions for the motorized component and 2 mountain divisions in production that will probably go to Norway, but we'll have to see. For the Balkans, we have some collaboration divisions, and depending on what happens with Italy, we might need to shuffle some more divisions south. I think once Tripoli falls, it creates a condition that allows a landing in Sicily, and then that's when Italy really starts to have trouble. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Since our units are in position, I'm going to target June 10th for the invasion, so that gives us 3 days left. Let's turn the speed down a little bit. Okay, these are historical Panzer Corps. We're going to just say no need. Okay, our Mediterranean transport's available, but just in time for us not to be able to transfer anything to Africa, because Italy just lost it. There may be a use for it later, though, so we'll just assign it to Army Group E, which is our Mediterranean command structure. I think I missed it, actually. There it is. Okay, there's one last division holding out in Tripoli. It's about to collapse. Alright, so our Panzer divisions can be a little behind the line initially. We don't want to bunch up too much, otherwise you get a huge stacking penalty. We want to break this initial crust of Soviet divisions. There's some gaps, interestingly, with our infantry, and then allow our motorized and panzer to speed through. If we all attack at the same time in one territory to another, the stacking penalty is pretty insane. I will make an exception here, actually. Let's get our SS divisions to the river, because they'll be helping with the initial crossing. We'll go over our air displacement too, the night of June 9th. Italy wants Lend-Lease support? No, I'm not convinced that they'll use it properly anyway. Let's check out their... Interestingly, a lot of the units that they have in Sicily are actually retreating. I'm not really sure to where. The Italian AI sucks. They're over garrisoning the Swiss and Vichy French border. I don't really get that. There's no reason to do that. They should have more troops in Greece and southern Italy and Sicily, if anything. But we can't really control what the AI does, so we'll just have to live with it. Have to keep an eye on our submarines here. Alright, Electro Submarine Class 42, I think we need to complete that before we can build any. Let's move that to the top. As soon as that's done, that's the only kind of submarine we're building from then on. Alright, yeah, so I think some of these are actually a little out of date. Let's go into Battle Plan Editor. Let's select this and delete it. So that's still mostly accurate. I think that one's out of date. Let's add a route for First Mountain. Great, and then that's done. And then we'll add a dash for our SS units. I think they're going to just beeline straight to Mykolaiv direction to create a potential encirclement in the Odessa region. Let's add that. Great. And then I guess this is 6th Army here, so let's select that. Great. Apply and then save that. Let's overwrite it. Okay, there's our current plan. I don't want to really edit anymore, so let's just close that. It's a little bit finicky. I'd like to just get that flashy thing to go away. You can share battle plans with allies. I don't really think we need to do that on a AI predominant game. But anyway, that's our invasion plan. We'll get started on that in about a day and a half. Let's just check our decisions one last time. Abandoned equipment. Oh, requisition civilian shipping. We're going to say no. Oh, I missed this. Okay, so this is British abandoned gear in Dunkirk. Let's just say fine. Where did that end up? We'll add the AT to 13th Fortress Division, and then the rest of it we'll just delete. Actually, we'll send the AI to this command here. Okay, it's the 9th of June. We're only 20 hours away or so. So let's get our air units spooled up here. So JG-8 is based in Königsberg. Let's get them on a air intercept mission. 250 or so kilometers should be good. There's going to be an initial huge push of Soviet fighters and bombers into our territory, and we really need to shred them as fast as possible. Okay, JG-10 is going to be doing the same thing. And we definitely need air superiority to allow our tactical and close air support units to do their job properly. Okay, so Army Group Middle and North are covered. South has just JG-12. Let's put them on the same. Okay, so Poland and Prussia are covered. We're a little weak on the Romanian direction, but we have 2 fighter groups coming out of production very soon. Okay. Alright, the next thing we need to do is get our naval units deployed. So we're going to send these to the Eastern Baltic just as a blocking force for the moment. Less than 12 hours to go. Okay, United Kingdom. We have seen many battles, and though the war is not yet won, we can perhaps say that this is the end of the beginning. There's a famous Churchill speech about that, and I think that is triggered when the African campaign ends. So. Okay, we're going to send our first surface group back to Bordeaux. We're not going to be able to focus very well when we initially start this campaign. Alright, 2 hours or so to go. Let's just do one last check. We might as well get our carrier fleets in the Baltic for the moment as well. It really can't hurt. We'll just do a huge death stack. Alright, 23rd and 24th hour. Okay, acrylic bubble cockpit. Alright, so let's see. So Finland won't be joining the conflict until we get to within 1 territory of Leningrad. Let's just take a look at what intelligence we have. There's Soviet naval units in Estonia, Narva, and Leningrad. They'll pretty much all deploy as soon as we declare war. We're actually going to be a little bit more aggressive and send our fleet units to the northeastern Baltic. We'll back them up with our our carriers as well. We don't want Soviet submarines kind of rampaging around the North German coast. That's not good for us. Alright, let's go into decisions and get started on this. Let's see. Operation Barbarossa 2. I think that's the game's modeling. If you wait for an additional year, it adds this 2 symbol in the back. Declare war on the Soviet Union. Alright, so the world holds its breath. This is the largest invasion in world history. There's a destiny decision. Let's click that. Let's actually take a look at what it does first. It gives us the national manpower modifier, which we certainly can use. We lose some IC, crude oil, and leadership. I think that's partially modeling just the abrupt severing of ties with the Soviets on trade. But we gain hard attack, air intercept efficiency, and soft attack. So we'll choose that. Alright, we get a lot of decisions here initially. So we chose, in the original game setup, which I actually didn't record, we chose some initial difficulties for how powerful the AI is, and for the Soviets we chose normal. We chose normal for everybody. Except for China, I think we chose hard because it makes it a little bit harder for Japan to just steamroll them. I think that's more realistic, even though it happened anyway. We're going to also choose normal Barbarossa. You can do no modifiers, easy, which I think is just too gamey because it gives you a supply throughput bonus, which just makes it a little too easy. And then normal gives you a temporary supply throughput that ends at December 7th, which is kind of fine with me because that's when the original Barbarossa in reality slowed down quite a bit. And then hard and very hard are just too difficult. So we'll go with normal. Here's that world will hold its breath decision, which is modeled off of Hitler's speech, where he basically said that the world will hold its breath when we invade, and predicted that the Soviets would be defeated in a few months, which obviously didn't happen. All right, let's just check one more time. We get these decisions to recruit 16-year-old boys. We're not going to do that unless we're really seriously losing. Women working in industry. So that gives us dissent and negative unity, but we don't need that right now either. We get an option for a Slovakian expeditionary group, which I think gives us some crappy semi-motorized divisions, which we don't really need right now. We also get a Fall Blau decision since it's already 1942, and historically this would have been the second German major summer offensive. If we look at what that does, it really seriously impacts our rare materials, leadership, metal, and crude oil, and we get some additional combat speed and reinforcement chance. But I'm not going to trigger that yet because it's really not really necessary initially, and I don't want to take the huge hit in resources and industrial capacity. So let's issue our initial orders. First Corps is going to head into Latvia and Lithuania. Their initial border crossing is unopposed. Second Corps will do the same. Third Corps is conducting a river crossing here. Fourth Corps is doing the same. Okay, that's First Army. Let's get our panzer units issued. Let's look at the terrain mode here. So hills are brown, forest is green, and plains, which is take country, is white. So the sooner we get past the forests of the Baltic and the Pripyat marshes, the better, because this gives us a direct route to Moscow. So let's try to get an encirclement around Kaunas and Vilna. Something like that. We don't want our HQ units attacking, so we'll just put that there. Second Panzer will do the same. Might as well utilize the plains territory as long as we can. And we'll get between Kaunas and Vilna with them. Motorized divisions we want to sort of keep in step with our Panzer divisions, so first motorized will assist first Panzer. Something like that. Second motorized is a little bit further back. Something like that. Okay, so that's first infantry and first Panzer. So let's get 5th Corps to split a little bit. 2 infantry divisions to the north and 3 to the east. 6th Corps is going to... it's easy to get bunched up right here, so 6th Corps is going to just head a little further east. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th will pin the units in Brest, and then 12th will head to the south. Alright, let's go back to terrain mode. 2nd Panzer Army. They're going to beeline straight from Minsk. That's really their goal, to get out of this shitty territory into the plains. We'll head for Novogrodek, and then bypass the marshes and head south of Minsk. We don't really have a choice. We'll do the same with 4th Panzer. 3rd Motorized will head toward Minsk directly. Let's get these headquarters units. Okay. And then 4th Motorized is going to try to pin some units against the marshes and hopefully destroy them. And they'll head for Pinsk. Okay, that's that. 4th Army is attacking directly across the river. Okay, and then 5th Panzer is going to start the Lvov encirclement, so they'll head straight for Zolkiw, and they'll head around Lvov from the north. Grossdeutschland Division will stay in reserve for the moment. I'd like them to get out of their initial tech tree. They're mostly in 1936. It's a mix though. But yeah, I'd like them to upgrade a little bit more before we put them into combat. Alright, let's see. 17th Corps is heading for Jiroro. I think that was 17th Corps. No, that's 16th, then 17th. Did I actually... yeah, look, I missed a corps numbering here. That's fine. 19th Corps will head to Sanok. And then... oh, that's what I did. There is an 18th Corps, it's just in the wrong position. 18th Corps will support that attack. And 20th Corps will attack Turka. So we're putting pressure on the front. You'll see the crust is really thin right now, but the Soviets are going to just start shitting units into the frontier, and these stacks will build up extremely quickly. So it may look like it's going to be easy, but it's not. Alright, first mountain's going to head straight across the mountains. And then second mountain will do roughly the same. We'll actually send 6 to the north. 21st Corps is going to just do advance straight across. 104th will see if they can get across the river unopposed. 105th will attack Balti along with 1st Panzer, 1st SS Motorized Corps. And then these will do the same at Koronesti. And then finally 22nd Corps will just push directly across the river. The Romanians are going to have to take this section. Alright, let's get the clock moving. We'll wait on our tactical air units just to see how the initial air battle develops. We're going to be doing runway cratering missions quite a bit with our medium bombers. And like I said, the speed's going to slow down a lot, so there's just too much to track to have it at 2 or 3 speed initially. You can see these initial battles developing up here in the land combat status window. Our panzer divisions are moving at pretty good speed, 6.5 kilometers an hour, close to 6. They do move slower when they're moving into forest territories, that's normal. Alright, so the Soviets are bombing us. We do have, let's see, we don't have AA units as part of our infantry divisions, that's really not necessary. I'm hoping that our fighters start fighting. That's in the name after all. Okay, JG8. Oh, there we go. Okay, they've intercepted over Tilsit. And they, as I expected, are shredding these Soviet medium bombers. There's the Soviet fighters coming in. Goombin is a neighboring air battle. Great. Okay, so we'll just keep monitoring those air battles. Our initial surface units are in position. The Soviet Navy hasn't left port yet. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning on the first day of the campaign. That's expected. Let's see how we're doing down here. Okay. So these infantry attacks are a little bit slow, but it looks like our SS divisions in concert with our infantry divisions are going to break across the river pretty fast up here. It's a little bit slower here. This is usually a bit of an infantry corps bunch up. We'll have to just organize them once they break into the rear a little bit. When these panzer divisions get into action, this battle will end much faster. Let's check on... Alright, so we're outnumbered in the air, but it looks like our fighters have much higher skill and technology, so hopefully that'll make the difference. And plus, these units don't recover very fast, especially in black ice, so we're gonna just hope that the Soviets can't recover their organization faster than we can shoot them down. They're doing some initial logistical bombing, but that's not going to make very much progress. Our infantry divisions are moving at a pretty decent clip. Okay, we're winning the first of the battles. Brest-Litovsk is going to be slow. It's a fortified river crossing, so that won't be done for quite a while. Okay, more air battles over East Prussia. Okay, our Army Group Center air groups are fighting some Soviet heavy bombers. And looks like decimating them. Oh, this first mountain battle is already over. Okay, so that's better than I expected. And this first river crossing into Moldova has already succeeded. Let's see, where's... Okay, JG-12's up north. We're gonna do some nuisance bombing with KG-5 on Odessa and just see what's there. Let's do a runway cratering mission. We'll do it at night since we don't have any fighter cover. Okay, yeah, these river crossings are going well. Lots of upgrading going on. I was hoping to get more of that done by the time we invaded, but looks like not. 86 of our ICE is in upgrades right now. I don't expect the Soviet Navy to leave port. They don't really have any incentive to do that. Okay, there was just a partisan uprising. Oh, we got caught on the way home. Our Atlantic fleet. I'm not sure we'll survive this. Looks like we already lost one destroyer. Those two Japanese auxiliary raiders are with us. Yeah, I think we're going to lose our Atlantic fleet. That's too bad. We are doing some damage, but just not enough. That's okay. Okay, so the Carpathian battles are going pretty well. In some territories, they just have border guards. Okay, the Romanians look like they're getting into the battle now. Alright, we've damaged Odessa's runways pretty good. There's no fighters there though, so we're going to call this off. That's the main benefit of that. If they're not using the airbase, then let's just preserve the strength of our medium bombers. the Soviets are... Okay, they did get units into line up here, so now we're in fighting battles. Okay, now the Soviet Navy is moving. I'm not sure where they're moving to. Alright guys, come on. You can escape. I know you can do it. Okay, we lost 3 destroyers and didn't kill anything, unfortunately. We still have 1 destroyer left, which gives these heavy cruisers some spotting bonus, so hopefully we can make it out with what's remaining of our Atlantic fleet. We'll try to get them back to Boulogne if we can. Alright, so one thing I didn't mention is these headquarters units aren't really that capable in combat unless you add more brigades, but they are very fast. So once a battle finishes like this, you can get your headquarters units to act as kind of rapid advance troops to just move into the territory even faster in some cases than the units that were involved in the initial battle. Skull. Okay, yeah, we're starting to break through in the Carpathians. And we've also made the breakthrough north of Lvov. JG9 is taking some damage. It's expected. Hey, we've captured our first piece of Soviet territory. Alright. Retvas. They'll just keep heading north. They have about 29 hours of cooldown to go. Alright, looks like we might get a naval battle going here. Soviets are deploying in force. Let's just see how that goes. Okay, time to get back to... I think I might have said Boulogne the first time. They need to get back to Bordeaux. Lomza. Alright. Taurige. Okay, so we've broken through the crust on the Baltic direction. Even before our panzer divisions are in combat. And we've won an air battle in Suwalki. JG8's still doing pretty well. Yeah, this is going to be a large battle. I just lost sight of them. I think they might have docked in the Hanko Peninsula. Kind of baiting them. Let's do, we're going to do our first naval, our first air attacks, and actually it's going to be naval bombing, so let's send our 2 Army Group North medium bomber groups to naval bomb Hanko. Hopefully they can get that far north unmolested by Soviet fighters. And they did get caught. We'll have to hope that their defensive armament is strong enough to not take too much damage. Oh, okay, first naval battle. Let's see, what did we catch? Some destroyers. Oh, KG-1 made it. Alright, there's not too much naval infrastructure there. They have 6 destroyers, 2 heavy cruisers, 18 subs, and 3 light cruisers. We'll just keep up those attacks, depending on how much damage these guys are taking. Alright, first Panzer Army's in the action. This is a huge stacking penalty. We'll just have to hope that that battle ends soon. Alright, we sank Gorky, Fruns, and 2 destroyers. And we didn't take any damage while doing so. Alright, that port's damaged, so now the rest of the damage these bombers do is directly to the ships. could also do port strike with our carrier air groups, but I want to maintain their strength for naval battles at sea. Alright, second SS Corps is across. Let's just keep going. We don't want to wait for the Soviets to regroup. And same with our mountain divisions. We need to get to the river. There was a little bit of a slowdown here. Yeah, Army Group Center is doing great. We're going to do some runway cratering with KG 3 and 4. And where's 4? Where else is there a runway? We'll hit Novogrodek. And then we'll start using our Stukas. STG-3 is going to assist with the Battle of Brest-Litovsk, along with STG-4. Air battles are really dynamic in this game. You kind of have to watch them closely, otherwise you're going to lose units. One of the many reasons that we're going at 1 speed. Okay, KG-1 started to take some losses. We'll rebase them. KG-2. KG-2 is still doing okay. We'll let them do one more attack. Oh, looks like our carrier-based planes are assisting our medium bombers in the Northeast Baltic. So one other thing, conversely to armored headquarters being fast and useful for exploitation, is they get ahead of your units and they can end up alone defending. And you really don't want your headquarters units getting shattered, because they lose, the units attached to them lose their organizational bonus. So looks like we have plenty of reinforcements heading into that territory though. Okay, I'm not sure how much STG-3 is contributing. They are getting intercepted. JG-10 should be in the area. Let's check this land battle. Yeah, they're taking losses. So when air units attack land units, you don't mostly see the organization dropping. You do in a land-on-land battle. But you'll see the most benefit from air units bombing during a land battle is you'll see their actual strength drop faster than their organization. So that means the units are getting directly damaged. Okay, this is almost over. Oh, we caught some more Soviet submarines. Looks like our destroyers are doing most of the work, which is what we would expect. Major victory. Alright, cool. It's a small bonus to land organization. Okay, great. We've made our main breakthrough here in the Baltic. So these are pre-war subs, so they're not a huge loss for the Russians, and we don't need to worry about that. I'm going to send four group down to the German coast and just patrol down there. I don't really want to lose these, and they can catch any subs that make it past our initial cordon. Okay, KG-2 needs to get rebased. They're done. That still leaves us with 12 light cruisers, 4 heavy cruisers, and 6 destroyers in the Eastern Baltic. It looks like some of them did take some damage, though. Friedrich Inn took some losses, but not bad enough to have to send it back to base. Okay, so we're getting counterattacked, that's normal. First and second can branch out a little bit. It's a conscript division, that should melt. Okay, 4th Corps can continue attacking east. 10th Corps made it across the river. We'll get them to keep going. Actually, we'll put 49th and 50th on support attack. Sometimes when you get an envelopment bonus by attacking from 2 directions, and that can make this battle end faster. Let's check our center air units. Okay, that's done. For now, let's let that recover. STG 3 and 4 are in still really good shape. We'll just keep them on Brest-Litovsk for the moment. Oh, that's over. Okay. So we'll actually send these 3 east. And 49th and 50th can help with the siege of Brest-Litovsk. So you can see we went from 3% chance to win to 14% just from that small supporting attack from the northwest. Alright, Grossdeutschland's going to actually head straight for Lvov just to pin units in that city. There's only an armored train in there right now. Okay, and then this is 15th Corps. We'll head east like that, and then 16th Corps will advance east, and we'll break off these 2 infantry divisions to assist with the attack on the city. Okay, our mountain units are doing what we wanted. Just keep pushing east down here. 105th will assist with the attack here, and then our SS divisions will cross the river. JG9's taking significant damage. They're doing significant damage, but this is interesting. Oh, another naval battle. Okay, we sank some more modern subs. Let's see. Okay, we're going to rebase 2 and 3 SAG to Königsberg to recover a little bit. We've sunk most of the Russian submarine fleet. We don't really need the destroyers as much, and we have this one down here just in case we need it. Our carriers and light cruisers can deal with any surface units. Alright, we really need to get these guys freed up. #21st. Oh, okay. 7th Corps is freed up. Let's attack east. See how we're doing down here. We'll break off STG 4 to assist with the river crossing. That needs to happen faster. Air battles in Army Group Center are going a little bit better. I might have to pull JG9 off the front if these drop too much more. Let's see. We'll break off 4th and 5th to take Agiogala or Ariogala. I'm going to take a risk and move our 2 carrier fleets right up into the Finnish coast. Alright, SS divisions they're advancing super fast, so we'll try to force a river crossing with our infantry. That's more important. This will head to Uman, I suppose. This is going really well. Great, okay, so the STG group attacking forced the river crossing, so let's return these to here to recover a bit. We'll recover STG 3 a little bit too. What else? JG 10 and 11 are doing fine. How about JG 12? That's also doing fine. So we might actually send the first of these groups to East Prussia to reinforce our fighter units a little bit. I think we need, as soon as KG 1 and 2 recover a bit, we're going to start doing some runway cratering. Let's get these guys into the action. Ground attack. And ground attack. Oh, we've won the Battle of Lvov, so it looks like our Grossdeutschland division is going to get into the city prior to the Soviets. That actually went better than normal. Usually, I don't know, silver linings I guess, but usually you can surround, I guess it would have normally been this, a lot of Soviet units in Lvov, and then you can just destroy them when you finish the encirclement, but capturing the city works too. There's actually a little bit of oil in Lvov as well that is now ours. Maybe we can shatter these divisions. These ones are toast. These direct infantry attacks are kind of going slowly, but that's normal. Okay. Okay, STG-1 is done. Let's send them back. It's important to watch your air units, because if you keep them in a territory that they've already contributed to the battle concluding, and basically your infantry is just advancing, they're not doing anything, and they're just getting exposed to being attacked. So let's return them to Königsberg. Alright, we're going to pull JG-8 off the line. It's too damaged. And JG-9. So we'll just have to be really careful with our ground attack units because they don't have air cover right now. STG-2 is doing okay. Major victory. Oh, great. Okay, Mariamapol is ours. So we've pretty much captured the first river line. Got to watch our carrier air groups here because they're going to be kind of attracting Soviet attacks from the air. And we'll move them back into the Eastern Baltic. Let's see, these destroyers need to recover a bit. Well, these ones are actually fine. Let's send 3 SAG back up to Northeastern Baltic. We could use the destroyers. Okay, as soon as 12th Corps gets across the river, they'll assist with the Brest-Litovsk attack. Actually, Grossdeutschland will help with capturing from the north direction. Styr? I can't pronounce that. First Mountain is already attacking. Let's just get them to keep going. Okay, 3rd and 4th SS can keep going east. 4th SS is helping with this attacking here at Orhe. So this was part of Romania. This is the old Soviet border, so that's what these fortifications are. This should end fast. It's just an NKVD attachment. Let's actually send 1st SS due north. A little slow down here, but you can see the Romanians are reinforcing that sector, so we'll break off 109 and we'll get them to cross at Tiraspol. Just check things. Okay, we've breached the crust. We're not in any depth yet. This is a huge traffic jam right here. There's really no way around that. Hey, okay, so these two broke through. Let's send them direct to count us. Maybe we can beat the Soviets to the city and cut them off. Okay, this corps is going to branch out a bit. It's important to keep your infantry. They can't keep up with your motorized divisions, but you don't want to create gaps as well, so you got to watch the progression of your motorized units and not let them get too far ahead without support. Might be able to pull an overrun here, we'll have to see. Okay, we're going to break 5th Mountain off and tell them to cross the river as fast as they can. Okay, there's our A and AT strength increase, so that'll increase the amount of men in pretty much all of our divisions. Let's turn that off. If we click on an infantry division, you'll see that... Well, anyway, this will drop below full strength as soon as that technological advancement goes through. Okay, these 3 divisions will assist with the attack. Alright, 4th Motorized is across the river and they're in the clear, so they're moving 8 kilometers an hour. That's really great. Let's check on our Atlantic fleet. Okay, they're starting to recover. We can't be as aggressive with them now. We've lost a lot of our destroyer cover, so we'll just have to be very opportunistic with them. Hey, there's our overrun, I think. 21st and 23rd, if they can get east fast enough, should create an overrun on all this. They're moving fast enough to accomplish it. I think it's possible. Okay, we have units behind this line now, so we can tell them to support the attack. Let's actually get this assigned out. I'll rename that later. I can just stay that way. Or a... Cool, so we have a full breakthrough in southwestern Ukraine. We'll just exploit that with our motorized divisions. It'd be really nice to get an overrun here. I still can't quite tell if we'll make it. If they can retreat to their, even if we immediately beat them again, it doesn't create an overrun because that gives them another chance to retreat to a neighboring territory. So we have to beat them there. Fifth Mountain's still on recovery. They won't get to Husitin faster. Okay, Großdeutschland can keep going east. The 24th and 25th Panzer will just head straight to towards Kiev. Cool. Okay, we pulled off our first, however small, encirclement. So we beat them to Kaunas, which means that these guys will get crushed. It's also the first city of any consequence we've captured. Okay, let's put STG-2 back in Brownsburg. They're getting damaged. Okay, we didn't get an overrun on the theater command, but I think we might still get it on the units that are still retreating. Fifth and okay, so first Mountain Corps is going to start heading due east. Alright, 1st Panzer is in the clear. Let's just start advancing to the river line. Hopefully we can beat any Soviet reinforcements there. 1st Motorized will head a little bit more due east. 4th and 5th. These guys will take Vilno and head toward Minsk. And we're actually out of time. Let's just do a recap here. We've broken the crust of the Soviet frontier. You're going to just see a huge amount of Soviet reinforcements heading towards us. It'll start stacking up a little bit. The Battle of Brest-Litovsk, this is the Polish spelling, is ongoing. I don't know how long that'll take to conclude. We've finished our first 2 major encirclements, one on the border in the Lvov region, and a smaller one near Kaunas, and I'm hoping to create another large one west of Minsk. And we'll just have to see about that in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Thanks.